When hurricanes threaten coastal communities, residents know to evacuate, because what these storms bring on shore can be deadly. Friday, September 24th, routine afternoon traffic turns to gridlock as residents vacate Fort Pierce, Florida, hoping to avoid Jeanne, an incoming Category 2 hurricane. Evacuation is becoming an all-too-familiar drill. The area was battered only 3 weeks earlier by Francis, another Category 2 hurricane. Bud Boudreau of the Fort Pierce Utilities Authority is still recovering from that storm.
It was Labor Day weekend. It was pretty rough storm. As a result of Hurricane Francis, we lost power to all 27,000 of our electric customers. We had not had a major hurricane in Fort Pierce for 50 years. 10 days after we have everything restored, and lo and behold, here comes Hurricane Jeanne.
Residents immediately prepare for the incoming Category 2 hurricane. Meanwhile, workers at the Fort Pierce Utilities Authority brace for another hit to their newly repaired system.
It looked like it was going to the northeast, out into the graveyard in the North Atlantic, but it did a complete circle and came right back and took almost the exact path as Hurricane Francis.
Jeanne is now heading straight for Florida, just 21 days after the last hurricane left. Bill Anderson is called into the control center to ride out the storm.
The feeling was disbelief that we could have another hurricane so quickly.
On Saturday, September 25th at 10 p.m., Jeanne's eye wall strikes the coast. The hurricane has now been upgraded to Category 3. Bud Boudreau immediately recognizes that the power of this storm is much greater than its predecessor. What's worse, this storm is moving onshore twice as fast.
The thing that was so much different was the intensity of Jeanne. The noise was deafening. Periodically would take a look outside. It was just absolutely horrible and scary.
Just before midnight, the hurricane makes landfall, delivering sheets of stinging rain and winds up to 120 miles an hour.
I've never seen anything like the force of the winds during Hurricane Jeanne. We had roof fans on top of the power plant for ventilation. Those roof fans completely ripped off and blew off the roof and landed 100 feet away. And these are very large fans, probably 400 or 500 pounds. And we knew we were in a storm then.
The hurricane's destructive force begins to wreak havoc on the city. Bud monitors the electrical system as the violent winds swing electric lines into one another, causing them to short out.
Sometimes it gets pretty spectacular. You can see fire running up and down the lines. It's like a huge fireworks display.
They watch as the Fort Pierce electrical system slowly loses all power. Transformers around the city begin to overload and shut down.
When that happens, you have a loud bang, lots of light flashing.
The whole sky was lit up. Those were 69,000 volts arc flashes, so they were very strong. Nobody could survive being within even 100 feet of those direct flashes.
By 2 p.m. the next day, Jeanne finally downgrades to a large tropical storm and moves north, leaving the area in shambles. Utility workers scramble to repair the system for the second time in a month.
We had lots of sand in the roads, we had trees down, we had poles down, wires down all over the place.
After braving a severe hurricane season, the local spirit remains positive.
I hear some people say they wouldn't want to live in Florida because of the threat of hurricanes. For me, I'll take hurricanes because at least we have a warning. We can prepare for them.
Coming up.